Hey folks, this is Mark Joyner. This is Wake Up with Mark Joyner, episode number 77. And today is day one of us doing the Superhuman 6 7-day challenge together. All right, so if you don't know what the Superhuman 6 challenge is yet, you got to see my previous video, but I'm going to give you a brief recap here. So, Thomas Engberts is a physical therapist and strength trainer who works with UFC stars like Mark Hunt and Johnny Walker, guys like that. He is the guy that people go to when they injure their body from fighting and from elite athletics. He and I are coaching each other. I'm coaching him with his business. He's coaching me with my body. Part of this is we put together this challenge here at superhuman6.com, which is a collection of 6 exercises that are designed to bulletproof your joints. And it's only going to take you 6 minutes a day to get this done. I said 10 minutes a day in the first video. It's actually only about 6 minutes. Might take you a little longer in the beginning. You'll get faster and faster at it as you go. So what you got to do is you got to go to superhuman6.com, opt in there to get the video instructions. There are free videos that will show you exactly how to do these exercises. And then every day when you do it, what I want you to do is I want you to comment on superhuman6.com saying that you did it. And also comment here. Okay, so if you can. Most important thing is to comment on superhuman6.com because that's where Thomas is going to be watching primarily, and that's where we're getting the groundswell of people involved in this movement. So why would you want to do this, guys? Well, if you have pain in any of your joints at all, believe me, I'm an expert in joint pain. I have had broken, tweaked, rolled, twisted joints of just about every variety you can imagine from all of the military and MMA and different athletic stuff I have done throughout my life. I have injured myself just in about every way imaginable. You know, I've had a costochondral separation before. That's where your sternum separates from your rib cage. I've had broken ribs, broken bones. I've gone through all of it. All right. This stuff, had I done it younger, would have prevented a lot of those injuries. Okay. And a lot of these injuries aren't just from fighting and from military stuff. A lot of it is just from sitting in front of the computer. There was a long period of my life there where I was sitting in front of the computer most of the time, getting fat and watching my joints deteriorate. Doing stuff like this is part of what helped me unravel all of that. It's how that at my age now I could be fit, whereas I was much less fit before and in a higher state of pain because I was sitting around stuffing junk food in my face. I wasn't moving my body properly. And more importantly, in relation to the Superhuman 6, the musculature required to support proper biomechanically correct movement was not stimulated enough. It was not strong enough to help me move correctly. So there are a lot of different approaches out there to handling joint pain. Recently, K-Star and guys like that, have made some really great contributions in the CrossFit community, teaching people how to do, self-myofascial release and things like that to help, increase mobility in your joints, and all that's important. But here's the thing. If you have increased mobility without correct stability, you're not going to be moving correctly. Okay, maybe you have more range, but if you're not stabilizing your body properly when you do a particular movement, it's going to manifest in an injury or pain somewhere along the way. The Superhuman 6 is a collection of very, very simple exercises that will stimulate the muscles that tend to be very understimulated in most people. Okay, so all you have to do is go to superhuman6.com. That's superhuman, one word, and then the number 6.com. And I think it works for other variations as well. We went and we grabbed a bunch of them. But go to superhuman, the number 6.com, watch the videos, and then do this every day for the next 7 days. Guys, can you commit 6 minutes of your day for the next 7 days to radically change the course of your life? Think about this. If you were not in joint pain all the time, if you were able to sit and work longer, if you were able to move more effectively, what would that mean for your life? I bet most of you watching are probably having problems with your body right now. How can I say that? Because that is the state of humanity right now. Most of us are having serious problems with our bodies. We don't know how to manage this stuff. We've been deeply misinformed about how to take care of ourselves. And in fact, we've even been misinformed about the notion of having to take care of ourselves at all. A lot of us think what we have to do is we just have to go visit the doctor every now and then eat a food pyramid diet. I question all of that. I think that you need a lot more. I think that you need approaches like guys like Paul Chek are advising. His 4 doctors program of Dr. Diet, Dr. Quiet, Dr. Movement, and Dr. Happiness. I think that's the kind of stuff that we need to be focusing on. Not like, hey, give me some tests, tell me what's wrong with me, and prescribe me some drugs that may or may not have any positive effect on my body. In fact, most of these drugs are masking symptoms. They are not actually helping you or healing you. All right, so something like the Superhuman 6 is getting into your body at a deep level and correcting physiological dysfunctions that are manifesting in all sorts of pain throughout your body. Now, I think that this goes way deeper than most people realize for 2 reasons. One is, again, think of the consequences of you not being able to move correctly. All right, you're not going to be able to be intimate, let's put it that way, as effectively. All right, think about that. That's a problem. That's a problem. If you cannot be intimate with someone because your body is in pain from joint issues or not being able to move correctly, you are robbing yourself of a great pleasure in life. Okay, another thing is, if you cannot move correctly and not be athletic enough, you are not going to be very fit. And if you are not fit, let's face facts, guys. Let's face facts. What does that mean when you're not fit? There's a movement out there saying, don't body shame anyone. If somebody is overweight, give them sympathy. Yes, I have sympathy for them because I have been there myself. I was 80 pounds overweight. Okay, I'm pretty shredded now, but I was 80 pounds overweight. I know what it's like. So nothing that's about to come out of my mouth is me not having any sympathy for you. It's not me caring about you. In fact, it's the exact opposite, because I don't believe that mollycoddling you and telling you it's okay is going to help you at all. It's not okay. It's not okay to be obese. All right? It correlates with so many different disease conditions. So many different disease conditions. It's not attractive. It's not attractive. Now, some people are going to say, Mark, how dare you say that? Look at what people look at. Look at what people are naturally attracted to. They are attracted to people who are fit. Why? It's a basic biological thing. If on an animalistic level, you are examining potential mates, of course you want one who is more physically fit because they are more likely to survive. This is why when people are obese, we don't find them as attractive. I was not as attractive when I was obese. I guarantee you that. Okay, I'm not claiming to be a hyper attractive man now. You think of that whatever you will. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Okay, but I can tell you, relatively speaking, I am far, far better now than I was then. And results in that department speak for themselves for me. Okay, I do a lot better now than I did when I was obese. I don't think that's a mystery. I don't think that's a coincidence. All right. Another thing is it's going to make you sick. All right. Obesity correlates with heart disease, diabetes, so many different conditions. When you've got all of this visceral fat squeezing your organs, preventing your organs from functioning properly, of course you are not going to be as healthy. Okay. If you can't move correctly, it's going to be hard to not be obese. So that's another reason to do this. But I think there's a lot more to it, guys. I think there's a lot more to it. I think that the physiological connection between your mentality and just everything else is way deeper than we realize. When your body is in a biomechanically correct position, you are standing upright and you are moving correctly, I think that all sorts of other things that we probably haven't even identified are going on in your body. For example, one thing we can know very well is that if you carry yourself the way somebody who feels good about themselves carries themselves, you will start to feel good about yourself. Now, slumped over, biomechanically bad posture is not a physiology that is going to stimulate positive, good emotions in you. So if you do the Superhuman 6 every day, your posture is going to start to improve. And I think that your attitude and your general disposition to life is going to start to improve as well. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking, I don't want to do this because of XYZ excuse. Let me blow through all of those excuses for you. Okay, maybe you don't. Maybe you went to superhuman6.com now and you signed up and you said, well, I don't have bands. That's fine. Do the movements that don't require the bands right now. Get the bands later. Start now. Start now. In fact, when we first started doing this thing, we were going to call it the Core 4, right? But there was already all kinds of stuff out there called the Core 4. It was just going to be the plank exercises without the band stuff. But then I thought, well, okay, let's come up with another name. And are there other exercises that are just as important? And that's how we rounded it out to the Superhuman 6, which is actually a far superior program. It's better if you do the banded exercises. But if you don't have some bands right now, that's okay. Do it without them. Now, the next thing is you're going to say, but Mark, I have this injury or that pain or whatever. Check with your doctor. I'm not a physician, all right? I can't give you medical advice, but what I can tell you is that not moving is not the answer to healing your body, all right? If your way of healing is sitting around and not moving, you are going to get very stiff, and then you're going to have to take drastic measures to mobilize your body after that. All right, so if you are injured right now, I would think that the right thing to do would be to get in there and start doing the movements regardless. Now, the other thing that you might be saying is, I don't have the time to do it. You have 6 minutes. You have 6 minutes, especially when these 6 minutes invested into this program are going to have massive ripple effects in every other area of your life. I guarantee that you will recoup these 6 minutes many times over in increased performance. Now, guys, this is just the beginning of something, okay? I have a much more elaborate routine that I do in the morning. I've talked to you guys about that a little bit in the past. I'm not gonna talk about that for the next 7 days because I want you to just do the Superhuman 6, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with this and we're gonna use it as a foundation and then we're gonna build upon it. Now, some of you guys might say, well, I'm just watching this video today. I didn't see the first video, so it's too late for me to start. Bullshit. It's not too late for you to start. In fact, I don't even care if you're watching this video a year from now, right? You can still do the 7-day challenge along with me. Now, for those of you guys who are watching this live and who are actually with me live, I want you to do it now because there's no better time than now. You know, I think it was Charlie Munger who said the best time to get into stocks is 20 years ago, right? You know, now not all stocks obviously are going to do well for you, but you know, this was, you know, assuming that your investments are going to bloom, the best time to get into an investment is 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. You didn't get into your fitness 20 years ago. So let's take the second best time. Let's start doing it right now, guys. So go to superhuman6.com, get in there, learn the 6 exercises. They're very, very easy to learn. All right, and you can do them make them as challenging for yourself as you want. Over time, you're going to do them more and more intensely. When I do them now, I tend to do them very, very intensely. Why? Because my muscles are more activated. I can recruit more muscle fibers. It becomes more intense for me. But that just, you know, multiplies the benefit that I get from it. It means that my whole body is able to move more stably as a result. But in the beginning, do what you can. Just start doing the movements and then refine and get them better and better and better as you go along. Now, here's the reason why we have this for 7 days, guys. 7 days is really all it's going to take for you to start feeling effects. In fact, you might start feeling effects within the first day or two because you're going to start feeling stimulation in certain muscles that have been understimulated, and it's going to start triggering things in your body. You're going to be like, oh, I need to be moving like this. My body needs to be up like this. I don't need to be like this. You're going to start feeling that. It is going to be a natural consequence of doing these exercises. I don't care if you do them in the morning. I don't care if you do them at night. I'd recommend you do them in the morning so that you have a trigger. This is why I have a morning routine that is tied in with the sunrise, because I have a trigger. I think that's a very, very powerful way to establish and maintain habits. You have non-negotiable triggers. Here's another non-negotiable way you can do it. You can do it right before dinner every night. You could do it right before you go to sleep, but I think that might overstimulate you a little bit, okay? But have some kind of a trigger and make it a non-negotiable. Tell yourself, I am not going to allow myself to experience X or do X until I do my Superhuman 6. Set up something like that so that this is not an avoidable thing for you, so that you can't talk yourself out of it, so that you can't come up with an excuse, so that you can't wake up one morning and go, well, I'm feeling a little tired today. If you're feeling tired, that's especially the day that you need to go in there and do it. Guys, now I'm not saying don't recover. I'm not saying neglect your body. But what I am telling you is that on days when we're tired, when we need to push ourselves, that is often when we get the most growth and the most improvement in every area of our life. So guys, go to superhuman6.com now. I am challenging all of you watching this to get involved and do it. Don't be a spectator, guys. Don't be a spectator. We got too many spectators on the planet right now. And the spectators are not happy. They're not happy. It's the people who are out there on the playing field. Those are the ones who are making things happen. Those are the people who are happy. Why? Because they are making things happen for their life rather than sitting around waiting to be entertained, waiting for a savior, waiting for something to happen that's never going to happen, waiting for Godot, waiting for whatever it is. Stop effing waiting. Start doing. Get off the spectator stands. Get into the playing field and start doing it. You can do it right now, guys. Again, I want you to imagine 2 courses of your life. Imagine if you had started this 10 years ago, where you'd be now. And imagine where you are now, okay, not having done it. All right? Think about how different your life would be right now if you had started this 10 years ago. Boo-hoo, you didn't start it 10 years ago. You have the opportunity to do it now. Pay your 10 years from now future self a favor by starting this right now, today. Guys, for the love of all things holy, really do this. Do it. Don't just sit around passively watching these videos. Do it. And that full participation means not just doing the exercises, it means getting in there and commenting on the site. Why? Because it's going to force you to come back. Because when you comment once and you say you're in, now you have all the social pressure of everybody looking at you. So all I want you to do right now is say I'm in, go to superhuman6.com and do your exercises today. Now again, if you're watching this video 2 days later, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Start your 7-day challenge whenever you see this video. That's your trigger. All right, guys. You have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. I've already done mine for the day, by the way, and I'll probably do another round later on. Even though Thomas is not going to be training with me today, I'm probably going to do a second workout today on my own. Why? Because I know it's good for me, and I know not doing it is not the answer. All right, you guys, have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you tomorrow, and we will do day 2 of this together.